the elections and form a government both at the national and at the state level. So the running mate pick by Governor Vasani will matter a lot to Senator Sunday Marshall Katu. Why? If the pick is so strategic enough, then it will make it easier for Senator Marshall Katu to mobilize his senatorial district to deliver for himself as a senator, to deliver for the president, and to deliver for the governor and other candidates in the party. Yesterday, Governor Obasani announced that he has picked the chairman of Kaduna State Internal Revenue Service, CADIS, or some would say CAD IRS, the executive chairman, as his running mate in the person of Comrade Jerry Adams. Let me just give you an excerpt on how, or on the message Senator Obasani dropped on his social media timeline. He said, "Today, we take another decisive step in our collective journey towards building a more united, peaceful, and inclusive Kaduna State. After wide consultation, after wide consultation, just a little hitch. Sorry, I have an incoming call. Yes, let me get that right. Then I get back. Yeah, he said, after wide consultations, deep reflection, and earnest prayers, I am delighted to announce the nomination of Mr. Jerry Adams as my running mate in the 2027 governorship election. This decision is far greater than the selection of a deputy governorship candidate. It is a reaffirmation of the values that have guided our administration since I took the oath of office on May 29, 2023. The values of inclusion, take note, the values of inclusion, justice, fairness, equity, and unwavering conviction that every citizen of the state deserves a genuine sense of belonging, My emphasis. Kaduna State, he went further, is a remarkable state blessed with extraordinary diversity of faiths. My emphasis, extraordinary diversity of faiths, ethnicities, and cultures. That diversity is not a burden. Take note, that diversity is not a burden. It is our greatest strength. Our history has taught us difficult lessons about the heavy cost of division, mistrust, and exclusion. Yet, it has also shown us that when we choose dialogue over discord, inclusion over alienation, and justice over prejudice, our people achieve extraordinary things together. For more than 3 years, our administration, he continued, has worked tirelessly to heal our wounds and restore confidence in government. We have deliberately endured or ensure that the dividends of democracy reach every part of our state. Across all 23 local government areas, investment in roads, schools, hospitals, water supply, agriculture, rural development, social protection have been guided by the simple principle: no community should be left behind and no citizen should feel excluded. Together, with our traditional rulers, religious leaders, community organizations, women and youth. Yes, went on and on trying to give a summary or of what he has been able to achieve in his government. And he said, "It is in furtherance of this vision that I have chosen my Mr. Jerry Adams to join me as or to join me on this journey." Jerry Adams, he said, is an accomplished public servant, an outstanding tax administrator, and an institution builder whose leadership has transformed Kaduna State Internal Revenue Service into one of Nigeria's most respected revenue agencies through innovation, transparency, and professionalism. He has helped strengthen our fiscal capacity, enabling government to invest even more in the education of our children, healthcare, infrastructure, agriculture, and other fiscal or critical sectors that improve the lives of people. Beyond his impressive professional accomplishment, the governor continued, Jerry Adams is a man of integrity, humility, and quiet strength. He has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to peace, reconciliation, and inclusive governance, believing, as I do, that Kaduna's diversity must always unite us rather than divide us. His emergence reflects our continuity or our continuing determination to build a Kaduna where merit, competence, and character remain the true qualification for leadership. As we look towards 2027, in his conclusion, I invite every son and daughter of Kaduna State to see not ethnicity or geography, but through the broader division or vision of the Kaduna we are building together. A Kaduna where every child can dream without fear. Sorry for that glitch or that technical glitch. We're trying to sort out some things within the studio, and I hope you can hear me very clearly. It was done so you can hear me very clearly. So, as I was rounding up, yes, Governor Obasani read these attributes about Comrade Jerry Adams as a team player. I was trying to conclude. Yes. Sorry for that little distraction. Jerry Adams, he said, is an accomplished public servant, an outstanding tax administrator, and an institution builder whose leadership has transformed Kaduna State and Internal Revenue Service into one of Nigeria's most respected revenue agencies through innovation, transparency, and professionalism. He has helped strengthen our fiscal capacity, enabling government to invest even more in education of our children, health care, infrastructure, agriculture, and other critical sectors that improve the lives of our people. Beyond impressive professional accomplishment, Jerry Adams is a man of integrity, humility, and quiet strength. He has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to peace, reconciliation, and inclusive governance, believing, as I do, that Kaduna's diversity must always unite us rather than divide us. His emergence reflects our continuing determination to build a Kaduna where merit, competence, character remain the true qualification for leadership. As we look towards 2027 rounding up, he said, invite every son and daughter of Kaduna State to see this moment not through the narrow prism of religion, ethnicity, or geography, but through the broader vision of the Kaduna we are building together. Building together, my emphasis. A Kaduna where every child can dream without fear, every community can flourish, every faith is respected, my emphasis, and every citizen has an equal stake in our common future. The work of building a peaceful, prosperous, and inclusive Kaduna is not yet complete, but together we have laid a solid foundation. Together we shall continue to strengthen that foundation and hand over to future generations a state that is more united, more secure, more just, and more prosperous than we inherited. May God continue to bless the good people of Kaduna State, and may He guide us as we continue this noble journey of service. Senator Obasani, CON, the Governor of Kaduna State. Right, I took time to go through the lines Governor Obasani puts through while introducing or announcing his pick for the his running mate for 2027. We shall be going on a commercial timer. When we come back, my guest, the special advisor, media and communication to Senator Sunday Marshall Katun, Mida Joe, and a media entrepreneur, Mr. BOMBA DAUDA, who is also the publisher of Gurara Accords. They will be joining me to take a look, analyze the strength of Jerry Adam as they pick the running mate for Senator Obasani. Stay tuned. We shall be right back.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Are you serious? For real, are you serious? Victor FM.
This BB Niger Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking. When the world watches, will you be outshined or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Niger Season 11 starts Sunday, July 26th, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste, not to do yanga
That's why we dey plan and pray for our children every day.
E get why.
E get why we dey get up to go hustle every day.
E get why.
And e get why Nigerians trust M&B paracetamol, the red one, every day.
E get why.
E dey show pain red card, kia, so we fit to face life without pains. Therefore, next time pain show him wawa face, knock am with M&B paracetamol, the red one.
E get why.
M&B paracetamol, the red one na for you and your family. And e dey clear pain, small cold and fever, one hand. If your symptoms no clear after 2 days, go see doctor. M&B paracetamol go give you quick relief one time.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin ina kwana Onion Banana Connect.
Hello 7790 yawa kawata ta ce allura za ta tafi har kwakwalwata shin ga hakan gaskiya ne?
Honey and Banana Connect.
To ina kasuwa sai yar uwar matar makwabcina ta ce matar da ke amfani da maganin tazaran haihuwa mazajensu za su daina son su.
Honey and Banana Connect.
Ni ce kuma goggota ta ce idan na bayar da tazaran haihuwa tsakanin yarana mutane za su yi tunani akwai wata matsala a aure na. Shin gaskiya ne? Honey and Banana Connect na nan don duka tambayoyinku. Kira 7790 a kowane lokaci don tattauna da kwararun kan tazaran haihuwa da lafiyar jami'i. Kyauta ne a asirci kuma babu tsangwama. Kira 7790 ko turo sakon WhatsApp ta 09097133400 a yau.
Honey and Banana Connect ku bi wanda ya san hanya.
Albishirinku, shalelenku? Ina nufin sabon ɗanɗanon lollipop ya shigo gari. Muna gabatar muku da Chupa Chups Apple Flavor Gum Filled Lollipop. Cike take da ɗanɗanon apple. Akwai kuma mai ɗanɗanon cola da strawberry. Ku nemi naku a yau.
Chupa Chups Forever Fun.
Soyayya tana da yare da yawa, wasu suna faɗan shi da ƙarfi, wasu suna faɗan shi a hankali. Amma idan ka ƙaunaci kanka da gaske ko wani, kana magana ne da karin kumallo na pig, wani karin kumallo mai laushi mai ɗanɗano, cike da gina jiki wanda aka yi da madarar pig, yana ɗauke da vitamin, protein da calcium don kiyaye ka a shiryayye da ƙoshin lafiya don kowace rana. Domin karin kumallo na pig shine soyayya ta pig.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Assalamu alaikum, sunana Fatima, ni jami'a ce. Ina aiki da mata da iyali domin tallafa musu a fannin lafiya, musamman uwa da yara. Sau da yawa mutane na tambaya, shin hanyoyin tazarar haihuwa suna aiki da gaske? Amsar ita ce, suna aiki sosai. Idan an yi amfani da su yadda ya dace, hanyoyin zamani na tazarar haihuwa suna da matukar tasiri wajen hana ɗaukar ciki. Wasu hanyoyi kamar haka, implant, tsinken dantse da IUD na aiki tsawon shekaru kuma fiye da kaso 99 cikin 100 suna hana ɗaukar ciki. Wasu kuma kamar allura da ƙwayoyi su ma suna da matukar tasiri idan ana amfani da su yadda ya kamata. Dukkan hanyoyin zamani lafiyayyu ne, amintattu ne kuma suna ba da damar tsara iyalinka cikin kwanciyar hankali. Kada ki dogara da jita-jita.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan sako ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar kungiyoyin Pronet da FEM.
Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk zasu amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
So good together. Mama,
Sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan yawon ku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido. Amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, kara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da hypo toilet cleaner.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM. We never invented radio, but we're taking it to the edge of perfection.
Welcome back from that commercial timeout, and thank you for staying tuned to Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. Cannot thank you enough for investing your time on this leadership accountability program, Trust the Process, sponsored from the office of Senator Sunday Marshall Katun, the senator representing Kaduna South Senatorial District in the 10th Senate. The program set out to promote his activities in the core areas of law making, representation, appropriation, and oversight function toward giving Southern Kaduna effective representation. Today, like I said, we're taking a look at the topic 2027 Obasani Jerry Adams ticket as APC's strategy to woo Southern Kaduna, or somebody would say as APC's bet to win Southern Kaduna goodwill. I have with me in the studio Mida Joe, the special advisor, media and communication to Senator Marshall Katun, BOMBA DAUDA, a media entrepreneur and publisher of Gurara Accord. And he has just joined us, senior special assistant to Governor Obasani on industrial industrial training and development. Yes, he is Edward Auta, a historian and political analyst. So the trio of them will be looking at the qualities that Governor Obasani saw in Jerry Adams and pick him to be, or which informed him to pick him as his running mate. Like I made the introduction, it's a joint team from the top, President Bola Tinubu, coming to the governorship level, and at the senatorial level, the senator, House of Reps, and House of Assembly members under the APC. It's a joint ticket to ensure they win the election, to form government at the national level and at the state level. Let me come to Mida Joe. The qualities Governor Obasani saw in Jerry Adams to pick him as his running mate. Your take.
Well, good morning to our listeners, and good morning, Ango. Good morning to the good people of Kaduna State. My take is very simple, largely because I am from Kaduna State. I was born in Rigasa. Part of my growth started in Rigasa, and part of my growth also continued in Samaru, Zaria. And from Samaru, I came down to Ango Mission, Makera Ward precisely, Kaduna South Local Government. And first, the Senator congratulate Comrade Jerry Adams, congratulate His Excellency Governor Obasani for this choice of Comrade Jerry Adams to be his running mate. Indeed, it was a well thought out choice. The governor said, in consultation with stakeholders and with prayers, he settled down for Comrade Jerry Adams. And I believe that the choice of Jerry Adams is not a coincidence. It's a process of thought. It's a process of consultation. It's a process backed up with prayers. Kaduna has seen a lot. Kaduna needs to grow beyond what it is today. And Kaduna will grow higher and higher. Obasani is fixing Kaduna State not with body language, but with action. What the governor has demonstrated, what the governor has done, he has demonstrated that indeed he's a leader who cares about the unity, the peace of this state. He has demonstrated that he's a leader who did not only say inclusive governance, but is acting inclusive governance in Kaduna State. What the governor has done is to clearly demonstrate the fact that he took an oath as a governor of the state to be fair to all manner of people, to be fair to Christians, to be fair to Muslims, to be fair to Hausas, to be fair to Fulanis, to be fair to Baji people, to be fair to Achap people, to be fair to Marawa people, to be fair to all manner of people, both tall and short like me. All the governor took that decision to be fair, took an oath to be fair to everyone. And so for me and for us, we are saying thank you, His Excellency Senator Obasani, for keeping to the oath of his office, and thank you for indeed showing once again that he is not talking about inclusive governance, he's demonstrating it. And again, congratulate Comrade His Excellency Jerry Adams for this choice, and to also inform Comrade Jerry Adams to all the followers that this is not a time for celebration. It is time for wide consultation. It is a time for all of us to go around and really preach peace and unity of our dear state. And I can tell you, Ango, from yesterday, since the governor made that announcement, celebration all over the states, celebration and rejoicing. It's because the right decision has been made, a right choice has been made. And for us, from the office of Distinguished Senator Sunday Marshall Katun, is to call on our people to align with the choice of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, and to work together to ensure that there is more unity, there is more peace, there is togetherness among the people of Kaduna State, so that this state can grow beyond what it is today. Thank you.
Right. Mr. BOMBA DAUDA.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Your take on the qualities why Governor Obasani picked Jerry Adams to serve as his running mate. Is it a bet? Is it a strategy to win or to woo Southern Kaduna?
Yeah, it's a very coherent strategy, because in politics, everything about politics is strategy. And I want to start by saying that what Obasani did is morally justifiable, is morally permissible, is morally inclined,
is morally okay. Because if you look at it from any ramification based on the demography of Kaduna State, Kaduna is a multicultural society where all different kind of ethnic and religious group live together as one people of Kaduna State. So since he came to office, he has been talking about inclusive governance. What he just did yesterday is just the practicability of what he has been saying. He has proven that he's a man of his word. He's a man that feels for every segment of the society. Talking about Jerry Adams is somebody that can talk about him from the position of knowledge. He's somebody that will come a very long way together as friends. This friendship has existed for more than 3 decades. So he's somebody that I know him quite well. He is not, I don't think if the governor pick him based on face value, he look at his competence, he look at his integrity, charisma, political aura, and so many things that came into play. And also, Jerry Adams is, even in terms of we as friends, Jerry is somebody that we can now vouch for. We can vouch for him. There is somebody that takes loyalty to heart. And I think it's one of those qualities that the governor saw in him. Because loyalty in governance is key. Jerry Adams is not only an addition, but he comes with a lot of creative values that will add for the, like you said, he was picked probably to serve as a bait, which of course we can't shove that away, because there's no any there's no any governor that will pick a running mate that will not add any value to his race. So I think Jerry has so many qualities that have been considered and then look into and reach a consensus on him. So I want to praise the governor for that decision. Like me that Joseph said, since the announcement of Jerry Adams, you could see the positive response from the public. A lot of people are happy. And there's no how you say you can't have few people who are not happy. But probably because they don't know the quality of the person of Jerry Adams. And to some extent, there are also some political considerations. A lot of people look at issues or look at things from political prism. But in the collective interest of Kaduna State, I think the governor has made the right choice.
Right, that was BOMBA DAUDA. And moving to Edo Dauta, the historian, the analyst. Let me pick from a section from the lines dropped by Governor Obasani. He said, our experience has affirmed a simple truth. Lasting peace is built not only by security measures, but by fairness, inclusion, and equal opportunity. He equally talked about the need. He said, okay, let me pick this aspect again. He's looking at building a Kaduna where every child can dream without fear, every community can flourish, every faith is respected, and every citizen has an equal stake in our common future. Every faith is respected, and every citizen has an equal stake in our common future. Let's just pause is with 2023, when Governor Obasani was about to be sworn in. Looking back, reflecting back, Governor Obasani succeeded Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai. And in Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai's validatory, it was more like remarks at a meeting to savour the election of Governor Obasani, he said that the Muslim ticket was picked both in Kaduna at the national level to show, particularly the southern part of Kaduna, that in the next 20 years, they will not dream coming to power. Now, Obasani is trying to close that gap of division. He's talking about unity, a state where he wants to give equal opportunity to every citizen and religion respected. He said our diversity should not be seen as a burden, should be a burden, but something that should strengthen and bring us together. Your take, Edward Outer.
Okay, thank you for having me. Since yesterday, I've just been saying one thing. The appointment of Jerry Adams as running mate to Governor Obasani, and by the special grace of God, as our deputy governor in waiting, is the last straw that has broken the camel's back. And that camel's back is the veil of division, or the legacy of division left behind by the Nasser Ahmed El-Rufai administration. This action yesterday by His Excellency, the inclusive and unifying governor of Kaduna State, has simply restored the unity and inclusion that defined Kaduna State before, those toxic years that preceded the coming of Governor Obasani. So this is history being made. This is a phenomenal development. This is epoch making, and Governor Obasani is leaving behind an indelible mark in the sands of history. He has said it and he has done it. I am sure I was not in the APC ahead of the 2023 election, but I am sure, even in terms of the campaigns and the patterns of the outcomes of the election, the governor has seen that the Muslim ticket was a political liability to the APC rather than an asset. And of course, because he's a thoroughbred comrade, thoroughly bred advocate of democracy, and a thoroughbred politician, he has combined history, he has combined experience, and his nature as a Democrat, as someone who is fair, or who wants to be fair to all manner of persons. He put together all those factors and decided to reverse those terrible legacies that would have destroyed or keep destroying Kaduna State in certain respects. Let me tell you, Ango, I was telling some people yesterday, I disagree with the notion that if Obasani had not picked a Christian, he will not win re-election. His record of service, his track records in Kaduna, even with the Muslim ticket, what he has been able to do for all sections of Kaduna State would have granted him victory. But like he said, it's about the future of Kaduna State. He wants to leave behind a legacy of inclusion, a legacy of hope for every person in Kaduna, so that whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, whether you are Hausa or Fulani, whether you are from Sanga, Ninzo, or you are Baju or Marwa, whatever you are tribe, whatever your background, that is the statement that Governor Obasani wanted to make by making this appointment. Not necessarily because of a political strategy to win election. No. The 2027 election, the people of Kaduna are going to vote based on how governance affect them.
Yes, let's look at Jerry Adams, the qualities of Jerry Adams, you as a person.
Well, Jerry Adams is somebody who is highly educated, somebody who is very experienced, and somebody who has a wide political network within Southern Kaduna and outside Southern Kaduna, within Kaduna State and outside Kaduna State. If you look at his background from his days with the Nigerian bottling company, that is Coca-Cola, that job took him to places.
He was the marketing.
Yes, he rose to even become a regional marketing manager for the Northeast and even for Abuja. Also, so he has a lot of, at Tajirei, nobody has network like a merchant. You see, a tomato seller could have more network than you that is seated in this studio, because he moves from market to market, building relationships, making friends, and impacting on the lives of people. Even this credit facility, he gives some people tomato on credit, and they hold onto that as a gesture, a favor that he can influence them, politically. So from that his background, he has touched a lot of lives. Then coming back into politics, he has served Kaduna State in various capacities and distinguished himself. It is under his leadership that the Kaduna Internal Revenue Service, even without employing those punitive measures of the previous regime, have been able to set new records, new standards, generating up to 70 billion annually to fund and support the developmental strides of Governor Obasani. He also is, Jerry Adams, for everyone who knows him, is a planner. Whatever you want to do, if you put Jerry in charge, he will plan it to a fault. He's a great planner. So I think, looking at all these qualities, having him as the deputy governor of Kaduna State will make a great team. We will see development that we have never seen before, because his ideas, his support, and most importantly, like BOMBA DAUDA has said, some people say he's like water, he has no enemy. He's loyal to friendship, he's loyal to his job, he's loyal to his boss, and I'm sure Governor Obasani, saw all these qualities, and that is why he decided to settle for him.
BOMBA, yielding the mic to you.
Let me
wait, just hold on. Yielding the mic to you. I want to talk about Jerry Adams. He has network. He's a planner, a strategist. Talking about network. Early 2024, where Jerry Adams organized more like a reception for his appointment. It was it took place at Murtala or Umaru Yaradua Hall.
It's organized.
Yes, and he pulled a network. Deputies governors coming from Taraba, Kogi, mentioned many states. Talk about that.
Yeah, let me put
briefly for 2 minutes.
Let me put a foundation on this.
Briefly for
Let me start with some existing structure that have brought fundamental changes in Southern Kaduna. I was among those, just 5 of us, and Jerry included. It was in Jerry's house that we sat down and held the first meeting that established Gurara Forum. This Gurara Forum that is doing a lot of advocacy in Southern Kaduna. I was among, Jerry was the brain behind it. Jerry also, this Southern Kaduna festival, Jerry had a template. Jerry had a template that he wanted to establish a cultural festival in Southern Kaduna. I think he conceived this idea more than 15 years ago, even before this one came to fruition. In terms of galvanizing friends together, Jerry has that quality. He has organized so many events that has to do with, let's say, organizing, let's say, dinner for friends. He is in the forefront of doing that, and also he's a fundraiser. Jerry can go extra mile to generate fund for a certain organization. And one of the things that I think Edward did not include in some of his qualities when he was in Coca-Cola, Jerry branded the All African Games. Koja that was held. That time Jerry he headed
2003.
Yes, he headed that department. He was the person who did it efficiently, and he was even given an award for his performance. And then when you say SANI was going to use Jerry inclusion of ticket as a bid, I think is very, very significant, because in terms of trying to organize people, Jerry has that quality. And again, he's somebody who is compassionate. That is why you could see young, old, and then all classes of, all ages of people celebrated his speech yesterday. So what SANI did yesterday, I think, is very, very fundamental for his re-election, because he's going to bring a lot of value to the table.
Right. The qualities of Jerry Adams: a good planner, organizer, fundraiser, a good person that connect network. We shall be going on a commercial time, and when we come back at the top of the hour of 10, we continue. Stay tuned.
Keep it locked, keep it loud. Turn your radios up. 98.9.
Tabdi. Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk za su amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa Magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
So good together.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shan dari. Sai Kivo.
Zainab, ke da Alhaji duk sanda na waiwaya ina ganin ku tare, ba a raba ku. Me zan ce? Ba ma gajiya da juna. To yaushe muke sa rana na uku? Ba ya ce abu game da na uku. Amma ni da Alhaji mun amince cewa jikina na bukatar lokaci. Shi yasa ina da 7790. 7790? 7790 daga Honey and Banana Connect. Ita ce amintaciyar hanyar samu bayananniyar shawara ba tare da tsangwama ba akan duk abin da ya shafi tazaran haihuwa. Ku tattauna da ƙwararrun ma'aikata don samun jagoranci game da bayar da tazaran haihuwa. Tafiyar ki ce, jikinki ne duk lokacin da kika zaba. Kira 7790 a yau ko ku aiko mana da sakon WhatsApp a 09097133400. Honey and Banana Connect. Ku bi wanda ya san hanya.
Them say monkey smart, now because the three near. But now monkey will jump past the eye they quick see.
Don't call me auntie.
This Big Brother Ninja season 11 go hot past pressing iron. Now only the biggest moves go make I see you. Everybody come show themselves.
Yes, sir. Now 247 drama for Big Brother Ninja season 11. Sharply recharge your decoder. Make you not for miss anything, no. All the bass goes they show for GoTV channel 49. You still follow happenings with GoTV stream if you day road. Headline sponsor, Bet Power. GoTV. Love it.
The time is 10 o'clock.
Thank you for staying tuned and investing your time on Invicta 98.9 FM. and also Trust the Process, a leadership accountability program sponsored by Senator Sunday Marshall Katun, the senator representing Kaduna South Senatorial District in the 10th Senate. The program, we're looking at the topic Governor Obasani and Jerry Adams' ticket as APC's strategy or bet to win Southern Kaduna in 2027. Coming following Governor Obasani picking of Jerry Adams, the executive chairman, Kaduna State Internal Revenue Service, as his running mate for 2027. My guest, Midat Joe, media advisor, communication and strategy to Senator Sunday Marshall Katun, BOMBA DAUDA, a media entrepreneur and publisher of Gorara Accord, and Edo Dauta, senior special assistant to Governor Basani on industrial training and development, variously described Jerry Adams and as excellent tax collector, a planner, an organizer, a fundraiser, and network connector or coordinator. He is good at organizing. Jerry Adams, based on record, is the first person to be appointed executive chairman Kaduna State Internal Revenue Service from Southern Kaduna. Based on record, I stand to be corrected. And records showed he had been able to prove his mettle. I first met Jerry Adams, or we cross paths, worked together at Gorara Forum, which BOMBA DAUDA mentioned. He was the secretary and I was the publicity secretary. I remember we met Governor Patrick Yakoa, and he was very interested in the presentation made by Jerry Adams, and he promised he would give the necessary support. The presentation he made wasn't selfish or wasn't personal. It was about a blueprint to develop, empower the Southern Kaduna youth. This program is interactive. We shall open the line to involve the listener and members of Senator Marshall Katun's constituency. Generally, Kaduna, Nigeria is Senator Marshall Katun's constituency because he is a senator of the Federal Republic. The lines to call 081 40,000 989, 070 800 989. Call in, make your own input, ask question on the pick of Jerry Adams as the running mate to Governor Obasani. The lines to call 081 40,000 989, 070 800 989. As we await the callers, Mida Joe.
Yeah.
Yes. Say more about Jerry Adams.
Well, I'm not sure an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or a full day will enable me to speak more about His Excellency Jerry Adams. Like the previous speakers have said, Jerry Adams is a peaceful man, a man who loves unity, a man who loves peace. I've never had, since I knew Jerry Adams, since our path crossed, I've never had Jerry Adams exchanging harsh words with anybody. That I can say of him. I've never had him fighting anybody.
Intermittently, we'll be taking calls. We have the first caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from Kaduna.
Your name?
Yeah, my name is Chief Arrow.
Chief Arrow, your take, please.
Yeah, I have listened to your guest very well. My regard to my very good friend, Edward Auta. You see, there was a quotation by Martin Luther King. He said, if America is to remain a first-class nation, it cannot have a second-class citizen. You see, in my own opinion, it looks like during El-Rufai time, the Christians were more or less second-class citizens. And that unity reign. The rascality of El-Rufai in selecting Muslim ticket was an insult to the Christian community. He even said that if he had made the Pope his running mate, they would not vote for him. Can you imagine that type of statement? Those of us who are Catholics, especially Catholics, it's an insult for him to now use our leader to now say that even if they vote for him, he make them deputy, they will not vote for him. I say congratulations again to Ubasani. Ubasani had made everybody to have a sense of belonging. Although I don't know the deputy governor comprehensively, but from the statement I have heard from my very good friend Edward Alta and the other man, I should think I'm very much convinced. I wish him all the best, and I hope he will live to see the Kaduna progressing. He will live to see the Kaduna of his dream.
Oh, okay.
God bless our country. God
Okay.
bless everybody.
Thank you. That was Chief Arewu. We have another caller on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from. Hello. You're on air, please. Good morning. Your name?
I'm Matthew Waza from Kaduna.
Honorable Matthew Waza. Your take, please.
Good morning to your guests.
Okay. Morning, sir.
I like the conversation. It's so nice, especially for the good thing that happened to us yesterday. I say good thing happened to us yesterday for the choice that the hard-working, competent Jerry Adams, our friend. For nothing, I do not join politics with things that people will just unnecessarily criticize, even though that I'm coming from the opposition. I want to wish Jerry Adams and success in the next election in 2024. I mean 2027. I just want to wish you in the studio, especially your guests there, who are also wishing you well, work hard, and let's ensure that Jerry Adams and his principal emerge. Thank you.
Okay, that was Matthew Gwaza. Hello, your name and where you're calling from, please. Yes, can you turn down the radio of the volume of your radio, or move away from your radio, please?
Okay, I've done that. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, your name, please.
My name is Musa Bala. I'm calling you from Kaduna.
Musa Bala, your take.
Yes, Ubasani picked Jerry Adams as his running mate. And one of the quality they attached to picking Adams is a Christian. Is it the first time a Christian become a deputy governor in Kaduna State? That's one question. Was there no inclusivity that time? Was a Christian not even a governor of Kaduna State? And at the same time, what stops you from discussing, did El-Rufai pick a Christian running mate and deputy governor? Who frustrated him? Who called him names and other Southern Kaduna sons and daughters that were in El-Rufai's government? People that use religion for their selfish interest. And at the same time, you are supporting Obasani to pick a Christian now because you describe it as inclusiveness, fairness, and what will bring peace. So those times that other deputy governors were Christians, was there no peace? And at the same time, what even surprised me, you are selling equity, inclusiveness here, but at the same time, all Obasani appointees and Obasani are supporting Muslim ticket in Nigeria. Does it mean that the Christians are not important at the federal level? What stops you from making that correction if this correction is what you feel is true for Christianity? So people that use religion to advance their interest, after reaching there, they will still be, struggling, dodging to avoid being exposed. Because the contradiction here is too much. So the Christians don't need representative at the federal level. The Christians don't need fairness and inclusiveness at the federal level. You are telling us that this is why you pick Jerry Adams in Kaduna State. And you turn the other way around to support Tinubu and Shetima. stigma, Muslim at federal level, which is even more wider. You are simply telling Nigerian Christians that they don't have a qualified candidate to represent Christianity. They don't have qualified Christians to define inclusiveness at the federal level. This exposes the hypocrisy of those politicians using religion to advance their interests. And the people understand them. And they will continue to understand them. And they will expose themselves more and more. I want you again to explain to me, why did you support Muslim up there by demeaning Christian and reducing them to nothing? Now you are picking Jerry Adams, and one of the qualifications is that the Christian, as if there was not a Christian deputy governor or governor in Kaduna State before.
And
tell us
you are
who frustrated Balabande and why.
Message well taken. It bears no reputation. My guess they will do justice to that. We have the next caller. Hello, you're online, please. Your name and where you are calling from.
Good morning. This is William calling from Kaduna.
William from Kaduna.
Yeah, I think what Ubatani did the right thing, because Ubatani is a man that wants peace in Kaduna State. He's a man that brings Kaduna State to its former days, just like McCarthy did. It is when everybody came on board that they introduced Muslim tickets, and that's when we start having problems in this state. And there's some parts that they will develop, and there are some parts they will not develop. And as far as I'm concerned, Ubatani is developing everywhere, and every part of Kaduna State. I don't think the reason why they will develop some part of Kaduna State, parts of Kaduna State will be abandoned. In Kabo and Bonigora, are they not part of Kaduna State? If you develop Kaduna State, is it not part of part of Kabo and Bonigora and other places? So I don't think the reason we should bring religion into development, into making Nigeria, instead of us to look to focus on making Nigeria a better place. I think that is the only way we can develop confidently.
Okay, that was Williams talking about equity and inclusiveness. Do I yield the floor to the guest? Let me start with DAUDA. You represent the government. So, Musa Bala particularly talk about contradiction, supporting Christian-Muslim ticket at the state level, but at the national level, you didn't say anything about the Muslim ticket.
Well, even though I am an appointee of the government and the governor, my views here are personal. They do not represent the views of the Kaduna State government or the Kaduna State governor. In my also submission, if the listener can remember, I said even without picking a Christian as Obasani's running mate, it is my personal opinion, based on the feelers that I gather, that Obasani would still have won his re-election in 2027 because of the legacy of performance, of inclusion, of unity, and what have you. But it's about the future of Kaduna State, and it is important. I'm not surprised that Musa Bala is either confused or angry, with the governor's decision to restore.
But he has his right to opinion.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. You see, I said here that it's restoration. The last veil of division and disunity in Kaduna State, created by the former governor Nasir El-Rufai, has fallen off. And that is why people like Musa Bala are angry. Because if you mentioned one video that is circulating where El-Rufai was boasting about excluding certain sections of the state, about Christians continually going to be second-class citizens of Kaduna State. He said after Obasani, another will come, then that by 20 years, Christians would have accepted their fate as second-class citizens. So why people are happy with this development today is because that future of division, that future of exclusion that Governor Nasir El-Rufai wanted to see while he is still alive, It didn't take 4 years. So while he's still alive, Ubasani has dismantled it. And both Christians and Muslims are happy. Because like I told you, I was not in the APC in 2023, but I am sure those who were part of the campaign could tell that it was more of a political liability than a political asset. So I want to beg for Musa Bala's understanding. Talking about the national, Tinubu did not say he did Muslim ticket to spite Christians. He didn't say he did Muslim ticket, to oppress, to marginalize, to exclude certain sections of the country. No. It was just a political strategy to win election, and it was based on merit. And we can see that what Tinubu and Kashim Shettima have been able to do, even for Christians in Nigeria, not just northern Nigeria, nobody is complaining. People are even happy. Everybody is saying, of course, I am from the middle belt, I'm from southern Kaduna, I am a Christian. If you go to southern Kaduna today, you have to be careful if you want to talk about Tinubu Shettima. If you are not going to talk positive, you have to be careful.
Yes, and
so this is the reality.
Shettima, the vice president, was the one that brought the good news to Southern Kaduna.
Of course.
About President Bola Tinubu approval of the Federal University of Applied Sciences,
the Federal Medical Center.
And so the Southern Kaduna, they even find him a friend.
A friend.
A friend in him.
Yes. So this is it is about the thinking behind the Muslim ticket. El-Rufai made it clear. His thinking about it is to exclude,
to
spite, divide, and all that. And he even estimated some years. So we are happy.
Some will even say he was vindictive.
So we are happy, sir. We are happy that he's alive and seeing this veil falling off.
Chief Areu talk about giving a sense of belonging and equity. So talk about that.
What Aremu said is Areu, sorry for that mispronunciation. What he said is very, very real.
Let me add it to this. Honorable Matthew Gwaza is a chieftain of the PDP. He said, his own submission is more like a golden fish has no hiding place. Talking about the attribute he gave about Jerry Adams. Despite him coming from the opposition, he prayed a good prayer for that ticket to sell through.
So what Aremu said is very simple.
Aremu?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What Aremu said is very simple. He's talking about sense of belonging. It gives the Southern Kaduna people a psychological balance. When you are part of a state, but the calculation tilts towards one direction against you, it doesn't all go well, and no any segment of society will accept that. You are being counted in terms of population, in terms of indigenship. You are considered as a citizen of Kaduna State. But if the political system is being skewed against you to skim you out of the political calculation of the state, no any segment of the society will be happy for that. And let me say one thing, Ango Bally. If not for the political gerrymandering or political gerrymandering that they did quite some time ago, this Muslim ticket is unrealistic in Kaduna State. If votes are to be counted, if votes will now decide who wins election in Nigeria, nobody will do a Muslim ticket in Kaduna State because you don't have an absolute majority and absolute minority. The population is just 50-50. It's a balanced population. So to make people who are also stakeholders in their own state to be marginalized, it doesn't all go well. And for Matthew Gwaza, I think he's somebody who is also a very close friend. He knows Jeru quite well, and he's somebody who is very passionate about Southern Kaduna. That's why he's wishing, even from the opposition, he's wishing Jerry Adams and then Ubasani well for the decision that Ubasani took to bring Jerry Adams on board. So these are the kind of politicians that I can say openly that I like.
Yes.
People who are very optimistic and positive about the development of where they come from. No politicians that are very biased, that anything that the opposition does, like El-Rufai said, their own role is to condemn it, whether it's good for the generality of the people. So I think I have to give Matthew was a thumbs up for that statement that he made.
Mida Job, as we look forward to round it up, let's take 2 calls, then you round up. Starting from, let's look at those following us through the Facebook. Zakaria John Dam said, I'm pleased with the choice of Comrade Jerry Adams by Governor Obasani. It's a choice well thought of. I want to congratulate Comrade Jerry Adams. I wish him all the best and God wisdom. He said, going forward, come 2031, Southern Kaduna should advocate and come together to negotiate towards a Southern Kaduna person becoming the governor and not only settling down and celebrating the position of deputy governor. Victor Adiba, he said, only God will save us in this country. Good morning. These are the comments from the Facebook. Mida Joe.
Yeah.
Yes, as we look forward to rounding up, you had the comments on social media and the calls.
Well, as we move to rounding up, I just want to say to the callers.
Oh, sorry. Just before we, I have other comments. We have from Solomon Borough. He said, I have a question for your guests. Where are the tangible development like schools, non-existing roads, hospitals? Insecurity is the nightmare of Southern Kaduna. Okay. At first, a Rufai running mate was a Christian. The man decided to leave office to seek for senatorial office, but his people failed him because of his party. Surprisingly, they are the one clamoring for APC. What an irony. That is coming from Solomon Borough. Then we have this from Yakubu Adams. Good morning, Invicta. Our concern in Kaduna and Nigeria at large is justice, equity, and fair treatment to everyone for security, and safety. Dealing with whoever found wanting, no matter what he has done. Okay, then Zakaria, I've read Zakaria. So, me that as we round up in the next 2 minutes.
What my colleagues there have done justice to some of the people that have called. For obvious reason, I have been trying to dodge or talk. I've been trying not to talk about Nasir El-Rufai and his administration. But for certain reasons, I needed to make certain things clear to Musa Bala and other callers who think that we are not being fair with our comments. In 2015, I was a participant in that administration. I worked for Nasir El-Rufai to become governor of Kaduna State. Even at that time, nobody would say Southern Kaduna didn't vote for APC. It is that people. It is that commentaries that people who don't really understand who Southern Kaduna people are have been rolling about with it. In 2015, Nasir El-Rufai won 4 local governments out of 8 local government in Kaduna South Central. In fact, including Chukun. He won Chukun because the House of Assembly member at that time was from the APC. General Muhammadu Buhari, late President Muhammadu Buhari, also won 2 local government, as prominent as PDP was in Southern Kaduna. So it is important for people to make the record straight. Nobody in Southern Kaduna hates Nasir El-Rufai. It was the utterances and the body language of Nasir El-Rufai that made our people to begin to have certain commentaries against him. Nobody hates APC, nobody hates Nasir El-Rufai. In fact, if Nasir had behaved the way Obasani is doing now, the entire Southern Kaduna since that time will have gone to APC. So we thank all our callers and we want to tell our people. In fact, coincidentally, all the political parties, the PDP, the ADC, all have their running mate from Southern Kaduna. So we are talking about being fair and ensuring there is peace, unity, and development of Kaduna State. And honestly, Ubasani understood that language, and it's acting his language. Is what I mean.
Yes. What a better clarification. That foundation, as we round up in 2015, Nasra Amir Rifai got 40% from Southern Kaduna.
More than 40%.
More than. But some say he didn't consolidate, he didn't take advantage. If he has consolidated, of course, what Ubasani is doing now will have been stronger. We've been talking about Jerry Adams' ticket as APC's strategy or a bet to win Southern Kaduna goodwill. Media Special Advisor, Media and Communication to Senator Marshall Katun, BOMBA DAUDA, a media entrepreneur and publisher of Bulara Accord, and DAUDA, Senior Special Advisor, Assistant to Governor Basani on Industrial Training and Development. They have all shared their thoughts on the qualities why Jerry Adams would be a good running mate. My name is Ango, Bally. I'm your regular presenter and the Damascene Invicta. Call me your political compass. Trust the process will make a return next Wednesday. Thank you and bye-bye.
Invicta.